What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of your favorite podcast. This is episode 105 of The Prodigal Sons. We're four idiots with four microphones, and for whatever reason you're listening. I am co-host Dave, along with co-host Tom.
What up, what up, what up?
Co-host Elijah.
Yo.
Co-host Sean.
Hey, how are you?
Well, I'm just going to get right to it. We got an awesome producer.
Hey, Shane.
And
That's it.
he's awesome.
That's all we can say.
He's playing with the lighting. He's playing with the music. He's got all ideas. We're going to have closing music tonight. It's going to be fantastic.
Fantastico.
He ran a weird wire to your seat. I don't know what it was for, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to avoid that wire right now.
It's attached to your seat, so you better be nice.
What's up, Javar? How we doing?
Pretty good. And you wasn't supposed to tell anybody about the wire.
My bad.
So I just wanted to kick off tonight, ask you guys something real quick. So, see if you guys have any math skills here. Jesus. We used to have BC. Now we have AD. And Jesus was born, lived, died, changed the whole calendar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we started counting which way.
Oh, here we go.
Counting up.
Here we go. Gee, you done one of these times.
Wow. Is this, I'm out of here. Is this going to be, this is a new bit that we do every week now?
This is a weekly thing until you admit that it's better to count up than count down.
Yeah. So I was at a New Year's Eve parade the other day, and they were counting down on that, so I was a little confused.
I mean, I know you do some weird stuff, but why do you go to a New Year's Eve parade in June?
I know. I thought it was weird, too. But every year they do the countdown.
You missed it.
Yeah, I'm just saying anybody who would go to a New Year's Eve thing in June, we could
Scientific events like the space shuttle, when it's ready to go up, countdown.
Yeah, but you know what they did? They scrapped the whole program because it was such a bad idea to count down.
Well, is that what they did?
And they're not sure if it's going to explode, so they count
Whoa.
down. That's why.
Whoa.
Just like, Y2K. They were counting down in case the whole world just went to heck.
Yeah, so.
That's what a countdown does for you.
Okay. Well, I still think it's better to count up.
So when you're watching an NBA game, count down for the shot clock?
Yeah, or just count up forever.
Hey,
It
buddy,
just keeps
how
going.
are
No, I just say when you're working out, it's better to count up. Speaking of working out,
you? Soccer counts up.
at the gym, you guys have all been to the gym at some
Soccer?
point in your life.
One point in my life, yeah.
You guys
Not
have
recent.
all been to the gym. You go to the basketball gym. It's the same thing. It's gym.
Okay. My knees hurt, but go ahead.
So I got a question for you.
Oh, yeah. Actually, everything counts down in sports, except for soccer.
Soccer counts up.
So there's that.
That's why nobody likes
It's a
it.
timed event. It's a sport.
Is that what it is? Now there's a reason behind the countdown. But
Okay, I
How
think
are
this
you,
segment
man?
is done for this week.
Okay.
And we'll regroup next week.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
how that goes.
come up with better facts then.
We'll reconvene next week.
All right. So, Jim, I have an issue when I go to the gym, and these guys are just ripped, shredded,
Like they've already won.
like they've won.
They've won.
And I'm there, and I'm judging myself based on the other people that I see.
That's the problem.
That is a problem because then that doesn't motivate me. That breaks me down. It's like you work so hard, but you're not.
It's always a competition against yourself. It's never a competition against somebody else.
Right. But I actually found a way to make it a competition against somebody else and still feel good.
Of course you did.
So I found out on Tuesdays at 9:00. Tuesdays at 9 a.m. senior workout. So that's when I go now because it's like geriatric workout. And what happens is like at first it was just like, I'd sit there, I'd be working out and just like whatever, But now.
Sean, pray for Dave.
No.
You're
Now
adding it to the list right now.
Please add him to the list.
I get all cocky about it. I get all cocky about it. Now I was like, "What's up, Grandpa? You lifting 5 pounds there, huh? I just did 100."
I can't wait till like Jack LaLanne walks into your gym and he's like pulling semis behind him. You're like, God, forget it, I'm done.
Just saying, it's a good time to go. Good time to go.
Wow.
Geriatric workout. I signed up for every geriatric class there is.
The old ladies doing the walking laps in the pool. He just starts swimming laps around them. He's like, you wish you could do this.
I've been beating him at yoga, spin class.
You
been
haven't
beating
been
him at
beating him
everything.
at yoga.
No, I haven't.
Karate though, he goes to the karate class.
Yeah,
and
karate
kicks the crap
kills
out of him.
everybody. Yeah.
Breaking hips.
They
So
have an
bad.
ambulance outside when Dave comes to karate class.
Wow.
You guys learn anything fun this week?
Yeah, I learned what you do when you go to the
Oh,
gym.
you know what I learned this week? That when your gas light flashes, you should pay attention to it.
You were gaslighting?
So it's interesting.
gaslighting people?
I had a conversation with my family about this. My dad used to call that the dummy light. If you wait for the gas light to turn on to get gas, no bueno.
No bueno.
Oh bueno.
I learned that for the very first time. Like, I was, it's always happened, right? It's funny because I'm on a schedule when it comes to getting gas. And I'd made 2 extra trips that day before going to the gas station. And I was a block away from the gas station. And it broke. It stopped running.
Putt, putt, putt,
Putt, putt, putt,
Yeah.
in the intersection.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Intersection.
Oh my gosh, what did you do?
So what I did was, I said, "Hey Dave, by any chance are you in town?" "No, buddy, I'm in Central New Jersey."
Yep, I'm like, I knew this was coming. I'm out of town.
I was like, "Ah."
Were you on vacation?
No.
Oh.
So luckily,
Oh, he just figured Elijah was going to call him, so he took off for the day.
So luckily for me, his better half
Yep.
was home,
Yep.
and she had a gas can,
Yep.
and she left an abandoned house. Like, I don't know why she was at an abandoned house with a gas can, but she came to where I was, and let me put gas in the tank so I can get 1 block up to Wawa.
Did you have to push the car out of the intersection?
Somebody stopped and helped me push the car
Okay,
out of
so
the intersection.
I'm glad.
Wow.
I'm glad you brought this up because Lisa was like, let me tell it from the other side. I get home, she's like, I don't know what's wrong with Elijah. I brought him a 5-gallon gas can. He gets it out of the car,
Did you just put in like a tiny little bit?
and she's like, he like turned the thing on and put in like a cup of gas. And
He went and got a baby food jar and filled it up and then poured it in.
and then
Come on.
Amateur.
we're getting some feedback on
But I'm not
yeah,
getting yelled at.
Yeah.
Only by you guys, so it's cool. Love you, brother.
Anyway, so she's like, he got like a cup of gas out of the thing,
Cupping.
puts the gas can back in the car, tries to start the car, it doesn't work. He goes back to the car, gets the 5-gallon can, puts like another ounce into the.
Why didn't you just empty the whole thing?
Because the gas is expensive.
That's what she was like, and then like it still didn't start, and then he went back and got it again and put it.
No, I don't believe this. Are you serious?
No,
You went,
no, he's right.
No, got back a third time, got a syringe, got a milliliter out of the gas thing, shot that in the tank, started up the car and drove to Wawa. And she's like, it was like a miracle because when I got home, the gas can was just as heavy as when I left. She's like, I don't know why he didn't put the whole thing in there.
She was like, yeah, I followed him to Wawa. It stalled as he was pulling into the parking lot. I had to push him in with the car.
are you? Wow, I'm glad I heard this. Wow, that's.
So yeah, next time, just use the whole can, dude. Actually, you know what? Next time the light comes on, just go to the gas station.
I'm going right after I leave here because the light's on now.
Yeah, mine came on the way here too, so you're not alone today. Are you serious right now?
This is a. I'm sorry, we're doing a podcast.
Sorry.
What makes for terrible radio?
Sorry.
No, actually, it's kind of fun. It gives a nice little buzz.
I can breathe so much better now.
It's nice.
Yeah,
so
it's nice.
So why? Tom,
My mom is funny. So, we were going to get my nose waxed to the professionals.
right.
The professional said that probably wasn't a good idea to get the nose wax on the show.
If you watched or listened to last week's episode, we were gonna.
I was going to do it. I was all in.
You were.
I still think you should.
I was in. I was going to. If Lisa said she would come on this show, not on a TikTok, but on this live show,
My
I
wife
would've done
said
it.
she will come here and wax your nose hair, but she said she showed me a TikTok video when I got home. This dude, I'm not gonna lie, he looked a lot tougher than you.
That's
And
so
he
hard.
was like screaming and crying after it was done. She said she'll come on the show and do it, but you probably won't be able to finish the show.
He was really crying?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen a bunch.
The
of
worst
them,
part
yeah.
is
Really? It hurts that bad?
the worst part is they prep both nostrils at the same time. So if
It's
the
a
first
double.
one is like the worst torture you've ever had, guess what? Double whammy, brother. It's coming back. You
So
getting it again.
my mom, for Father's Day, bought me a little nose hair clipper, which I got to say, this is the
You're
most
your
amazing
mom's-
Thank you.
invention ever. I mean, it really cleans it up.
Thank you for buying those because I thought his nose hair was going to reach out and strangle me one day.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was braiding
getting
him the other
concerned.
day.
You're pretty though.
I was actually going to go over and see Elijah at some point. I was just going to use the nose hairs and swing over. I'm just messing with you. I never noticed them, but now I notice that you grab that thing every 5 minutes and
Yeah. I just keep it
How
around
fast do
now.
the nose hairs
For your
grow?
ears.
They grow fast, man.
Apparently.
You know what's crazy? It's for your ears too.
You can do
Yeah.
your ears.
Cool. Now I know.
Yeah, I did my ears when you stepped out of the studio a few minutes ago.
Maybe I should get the ears waxed.
No, it's wax on him now. Because he did his ears. Oh, it was horrible.
Terrible. I was going to say something, but I decided to shut my mouth.
So,
Buttons.
a lot.
Buttons.
I just messed up the whole show by doing that. Everyone got quiet.
Yeah.
You guys
No.
don't even know how
It's
to
a little
transition.
awkward. A little awkward.
How to transition out of that.
Sean and Elijah and I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this.
I got kept out of this one. I wonder what this is going.
We're going to have to do the show without Tom
Yes. I mean, oh no.
for the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be tough.
Facts.
It's going to be tough.
Can you leave now?
Elijah, stop doing the happy dance. He's still here.
You're supposed to wait till he leaves.
hey.
Wait, you're supposed to wait till the end.
Hey,
Remember,
brother.
the cake and balloons is
I'm
after he
leaving
leaves.
in about 10 minutes.
That's cool. That's cool.
Taking my Red Bull and M&Ms with me.
Take that dirty
Drop a
nose hair
house.
trimmer with you.
If you leave it here, you're not going to want it back.
No, I'm not gonna leave it here. I'm actually gonna take that with me.
Yeah, make sure that goes.
Take it to camp with me.
No.
I'll
Tom,
be trimming the hairs. of
I'll
the
be doing
toilet
it
with
during the service.
Oh my.
Tom's mom is sending him to camp.
Yeah,
That's what I heard. Wait, what?
I'm
She
excited.
signed the permission slip?
She signed the permission slip.
So here's the exciting
He's going
part
to
about it, because I'm going to family camp this upcoming week. Then we're doing a little family vacation right at family camp.
Cool.
And then we're going to kids camp. Now let me tell you about kids camp. Kids camp is going to be unbelievable.
That sounds awful.
I am
Anybody who
going
would sign up to help at kids camp
With a
is out
good
of their
friend of
mind.
mine, David Duncan,
Wait, what?
also known as David Duncan,
Is my wife had me sign a bunch of stuff. It was for that.
is going on a kids camp. Now, I went on a kids retreat about 4 months ago, and they have this swing that you pull a rope and it pulls the person up really, really high.
How high would you say that is?
It's got to be 30 feet.
It's got to
40
be
feet.
30, 40 feet up there. Yeah.
It's up there.
It's
And I'm
way
scared.
up there.
That's why I didn't do it. I was like,
Yeah.
So my daughter came back from the retreat and said there's a swing that you have to try, and I assumed it was going to be like a big swing.
Like one of these little
Like a
swings
big
in the
tire
park.
I figured
swing
it
or
was
something?
like I figured it was like a normal playground swing or something, but it was like a little bit bigger and maybe like whatever.
They're calling it a swing,
Hey,
but want me to
Jackie,
tell
how
you
are
what it is?
What is it?
You will be a human pendulum.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't mind flying in airplanes, big airplanes, small airplanes. I don't mind going to reputable, full size
Reputable.
amusement parks
Reputable.
and going on the Scream Machine, Tower of Terror, all that
so
stuff
are
that's
you-
maintained by a fleet of mechanics.
So are
And it's
you,
old school, too. It's
Hold
not,
on,
there's
But
no
you're
mechanism.
talking,
You
you're
got
talking
to pull.
about a 40-foot
So-
swing in the middle of the woods.
So
somewhere.
are you saying
There's an 85-year-old pastor at the camp that's been there since 1902, and he's been maintaining it every year.
I
Now-
think he built it when he was
so-
a child.
He did, out of some rope and some chewing gum,
So-
and it's still there.
So are you saying you're not willing to put your faith in a swing on the grounds of a place?
No, that's not what. You're missing the concept.
Built.
He has no choice. He has no choice but to go on it.
Because
Yo.
my daughter said, "Will you go on?" And I
Allison,
said yes.
when we were at the retreat, all she talked about was, "I can't wait for Dad to come to kids camp because he's going on this."
Who's
So you
recording
know,
that?
I'm going to be following Dave the
There is-
whole camp. Through all his experiences, will be caught on video.
You know what? I think Elijah did a video. He recorded that.
I have mine got recorded.
What other counselor
Hey,
was there
Jackie,
from
so-
here?
Dude,
Miss
just
Crystal was.
one recommendation.
Yeah.
You know, like those bike shorts that you use for like long distance riding with the padding?
We don't use those.
I would get a pair.
Do you use the bike shorts? Because I can talk about that real quick. Because I don't understand when I'm on the road and I see these guys in their uniforms like they're in some
No, not those.
sponsored by an event,
not
and
the
I'm like, I
spandex.
just wear regular shorts to ride bikes.
No, like the heavy duty mountain bike ones. They look like Bahama shorts with the padding inside.
I know what you're talking about. I own a pair. I don't use them.
I would take them to camp before and put them on before you go on the swing.
Just put it. No, you don't
Please
need those.
do.
You don't need those. Just put on a
Please
diaper.
wear those at camp.
Elijah says, just
Just
put on a
grab
diaper.
just grab the pillow off your bed before you strap in. That's
And then you sit on this little wooden
so
thing.
you said the kids pull a rope?
Yeah,
They
so
get
it's
them
not
up
even a
there?
mechanical thing. In order to get you up there, and it's not a kid, it's like every
It's like
single
20.
kid they all pull, and as they're pulling, you start going up. you start going up. You start going up.
There's a pulley and winch system.
And then it's just like bam, they let go and
You have to let go yourself.
oh yeah, that's
You
right.
have to
There's-
you have to
pull a
release
little
out
string.
there.
yeah, there's a little thing that you
Oh,
gotta
that's
pull.
the only way to get down.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta-
have
yeah.
to do it.
What if I cry?
I cry. I
Will they-
mean, it's
they won't?
okay if you do.
No, I mean if I cry, will they let me
Well,
down
you-
without pulling the rope?
And don't,
No.
well, don't
Nah.
hang on too long. 'Cause you got to think it's a bunch of little kids holding that rope, and they're going to get tired quick. So if
weak.
they just let go, it's not going to end well for you.
Oh, so at any point they can just drop
It's a
you.
pulley. So if they let go on the other side, you're the counterbalance.
I'm excited for this.
I can't wait to see the video.
I can't wait to shoot the video.
I think we should show it at church.
So
That should definitely be on Sunday.
Dave's
I hope
on the
I'm
church
preaching that
board,
week.
so this
I
will
don't
be
care
good.
if I'm preaching that week. I'll
Yeah.
put it in my notes.
Yeah, it'll be probably longer than your sermons.
It will be.
Look at Dave's face.
I'm just seeing if I'm just trying to text my lawyer here and
Yeah.
see if there's any way I can get out of this camp
No,
contract
just-
thing.
Just make sure the life insurance policy.
Yeah, I was
is
gonna
up to
say,
date.
you have life
Just
insurance?
Make that payment before
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, we
make
just
sure you-
we just re-upped the life
Good,
insurance. So
good. That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
all right,
Not that I wish anything bad to happen,
sure.
but I definitely will be videoing this.
We learned about in church. We learned that it matters. It's good. We learned that it matters about your eyebrows. Eyebrows are important, says Pastor Pete. Were you guys paying attention on Sunday?
Yeah, that was good. I like
miss
that.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was saying
About
that,
the what you mean?
Yeah.
but I didn't hear
What
him
What'd
say
you mean
about
by that?
Oh, the eyebrow.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
eyebrows.
I got you.
Eyebrows.
So
Yeah.
Pastor Pete
I
said,
was thinking like Tom's eyebrows with the tweezers.
he says that
There we go. I got my tweezers here. I was gonna
good.
poke my nose here, but I got this.
just use that on your eyebrows.
I'm afraid to do that.
Go ahead. We'll
No,
we'll let-
I gotta. For the eyebrows, it's
we
it's
will
scoping.
We will be.
It's not just
We'll
shaving,
be
it's
your
scoping.
eyes.
It's
we'll
scoping.
We'll tell you how it looks good.
No.
We'll tell you if it looks good. Just,
No,
just start
no,
doing the edges.
No, I know. No.
Here, give me the thing. I'm gonna try it.
No. No.
The so he was saying that when you have your eyebrows lowered, like you're angry, you know, it's you know, when you ask questions to each other, you should ask them lovingly with your eyebrows up in inquisitively. Nobody check and see if that's a word. I don't think it is. So Lisa and I, for the rest of the day, we're trying to be mean to each other with our eyebrows up. Led to some funny stuff.
Oh wow, that is funny. I don't like.
And
you
you can only add, no, but you can't make the statement. They have to be questions. Remember, he said you have to ask questions of each other when you're trying to
word.
figure out inquisitively.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good call.
But there is a word that's not,
What's
according
that?
to you guys.
Infleet.
Snapper. Snappy.
Oh, geez.
Snappy. The snappy dresser. Is that a word?
Somebody walked into church.
Who
heard
said
that before.
snappy?
Tom wheeled into a church.
Tom is not allowed to. Oh, it was Brian. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I couldn't remember who came in, but they were dressed very nicely. And Tom said, "Goes, boy, aren't you a snappy dresser?"
Now I'm gonna
snazzy?
say that's what I was gonna say. My dad was a clothes horse, and it's snazzy.
Snazzy.
It's not snappy.
No,
It wasn't on Sunday. It was a snappy.
it's snazzy.
So I think
Well, that's if like your
Tom's-
zoot suit riot and you just
Zoot suit.
That's
then you're a snappy dresser.
That's Tom's nickname from now on.
Tom,
Snap.
Tom, you should wear a
Snappy.
zoot suit.
You should wear.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the suit where the jacket is like super long.
And the shoulders are like padded. up.
Oh, okay. So when I come back in 4 weeks, I'm gonna bring a picture
Hey,
of me
Lois, how
wearing
are
that. Yeah, I actually wore it in the past, and there's a picture
Did
taken.
you?
And now I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, the coat comes down to like here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's awful because I'm short, so it looks really
Oh,
bad
yeah,
on me.
short
You know
people-
what
It only
look
looks
like?
good on tall
You ever
people.
see the movie Malcolm X?
Yeah, yep,
That's what Spike Lee was wearing. Spike Lee and Malcolm X was wearing them when they were in Chicago.
yeah. But mine wasn't a zoot, whatever. It was actually just a long
It was just a suit.
suit.
It was
with
a
the long-
regular
yeah.
suit.
For a normal person, it would have been a suit. For Tom, it was a dress.
Yeah, yeah. It was the style back then.
So speaking of us,
Or I thought anyway. I thought I was snappy.
speaking of us missing Tom for several weeks, which we will. We'll definitely miss you, buddy. Anyway,
Sure.
I can't
I
wait
thought-
to tell
Hey, Lois.
stories.
I thought you missed that. Sean already said hi. Hi, Mom.
I don't miss him, buddy. I don't miss him.
I thought in honor of Tom being away for a few weeks, what we could do is we could do a game each week in which we include Tom. I already talked to Tom about this. I have all his answers for all the questions.
Awesome.
So next week's episode, if you guys are okay with it, I did not bring it up to you, but pre-show, I'm just going to ask you now. I thought we could do a game of what's on our workout mixes. I'm assuming you guys have like a Spotify account or something like that with a workout mix. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought we could do, and Tom already sent me his. I thought we could do like, what's your favorite song to get you pumped up and get you motivated? What's one that's like, for the end of the workout when you need to get a little more endurance? Anyway, I have already all of Tom's answers.
Awesome.
So I know what Tom's starter song is to get him going, get his blood going. When he rolls up his sleeves, he ain't just putting on the Ritz. Our God is an awesome God.
No.
It's a small world.
Yeah. He actually took the words right out of your mouth. That's the one that he gets his workouts going with is, it's a small world after all.
Wow.
He's just swinging. He's just swinging.
It's crazy. Yeah, he's got some good stuff. Anyway, that's the only one I'm going to give you. We'll get into the rest of them.
Good. I
next
can't
week.
wait to hear the rest of them.
Yeah, and then, we'll play a similar game the rest of the weeks.
Wow.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm excited to hear
Ratings
about
will be high that week.
But Tom, thank you for doing your homework and getting me all those answers.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.
Yeah. So,
We'll talk about the 10 Commandments later.
thou shalt not. I didn't steal anything.
No, you didn't definitely steal anything.
I don't think I murdered anybody.
No, I don't think you did.
I didn't covet anybody.
No.
Did you dishonor someone?
I think that's it.
That's it. The 5 Commandments.
Wow.
That was the 3 to 5 commandments, depending on what day it is.
Yeah.
the pick and choose commandments.
Yeah.
Whichever one you want this week.
Pick and choose.
I love it. Yeah.
Spin the wheel. Yep, spin it again.
Didn't like that one. What do you mean I can't murder people? Keep going. That's not right.
Don't you understand? I got to drive through Philly today.
The pick and choose commandments. That's the show topic.
You know what that is?
That is a show
That is a
topic.
good topic.
Because that's
Pick and
what we,
choose
yeah.
commandments.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's a show topic.
You guys familiar with the sports drink, Yoo-hoo?
That's a sports drink?
It's
Apparently
such
it
a
is to some
great
people.
Tasting drink. I love Yoo-hoo.
Tom makes the comment. He goes,
Love
Yoo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo.
I drink it for the taste.
I do. I don't understand what's wrong with that comment, though. That's the thing that I'm having a hard time with.
I'm a little worried that you're back on the Red Bull. I'm not going to be on.
Look, he has his vices right here.
I mean, he's at the
So
point
look,
right
There's
now where
two
he's just
major vices.
he's got how many packs of M&Ms did you have at 5:30 when you showed up for the show?
2.
How many packs of M&Ms did you have?
2. These 2.
Are they open?
This is part of my Father's Day
I
gift.
saw you eating them earlier.
My
but those
family
are
knows me
closed.
well.
Those are closed
No,
packs.
no,
aren't
this is
they? Oh,
open.
one's open.
Yeah,
Okay,
one's
okay.
half
And that's
open.
just not
Yeah.
any Red Bull. That's a 16-ounce
He's
Red
got-
Bull.
yeah.
That's the big
So
boy.
what's the serving size on that? Is it 1 can or?
Hold on. I want to go back to the chocolate toilet water. Let's go.
That doesn't
yeah.
even make.
Chocolate
You're
toilet
telling me
water.
that you don't like the taste of Yoo-hoo.
It
looks
tastes
like
and looks
water.
like chocolate toilet water.
Okay, I'm gonna have the 4 people that are watching the show. Let me know if you enjoy
There's
a
10.
good Yoo-hoo.
Do you get it
Yeah,
in the
but
glass
4 of us
bottle,
are-
or do you get it in the cardboard box with the little straw? The
No,
little,
I like it in the glass. I like it in the glass. But the
Oh,
little
aren't
cardboard
you
box,
fancy?
I like those too, though.
you got some fancy toilet water.
Oh, you got the glass?
I like the glass.
Man, that's
He gets a frosted
glass.
mug out of the freezer. He pours it in the frosted mug. Puts a little whipped cream on top.
We have to do a TikTok video.
Delicious. There you go, Brian Duncan. Who's Brian Duncan?
That's my brother.
All right, brother. Thank you. Well, why won't you drink it?
Oh,
Look, Javel said, ew.
Javelle says, ew.
yeah, seriously.
Javelle,
I'm
there
with
was no
Javelle.
need for the faces after you.
Yeah, that's exactly what
There's
happens
no
when
need
you
for
drink
that.
chocolate toilet water. You
Yes, nice
puke
and cool.
everywhere.
Thank you, sister.
She's just sucking up to you. She
That's-
probably owes you a sweatshirt or something.
Oh.
I want.
They'll be here next year.
I want to see the TikTok video of Tom when he goes home at night and relaxes. You know, he goes in, pulls out the frosty mug, fills it with Yoo-hoo, kicks off his socks.
Puts on Pure Flicks.
Yeah, he puts on Pureflix.
I love me Pure Flakes.
I do
Sean
too.
got
I'm
me
not gonna
hooked
lie.
on Pure Flakes.
I mean, I am. I'm
That's
with you.
his fault.
I'm with you. I don't drink Yoo-hoo, but
Reaches
I like
under the
Pure
counter for the secret drawer of M&Ms, pulls them out.
No, he has a secret button. on
You
his
know what's so
chair.
funny about this?
the drawer
I wish
pops
you
up.
could see where I sit right now. So I have a box of oatmeal pies that is halfway done. It just sits there. I
Little
got
Debbie?
another.
The Little Debbie ones?
Yeah, they're so good, aren't
He's
they?
just living his
So
best
good.
11-year-old
and then,
life.
And then I have another box next to it of vanilla wafers. And then I got M&Ms.
My
Yeah.
my main problem is I mean, deep down, I love all this stuff. I've been addicted to all this stuff. I'm just going.
I'm not addicted. I do it for the taste.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
really?
This is what he says to me on
The
Sunday.
taste of addiction.
He goes, I just do it for the taste.
Yeah,
So good.
that's why I drank whiskey for all those years too. I did it for the taste. It was delicious. Jack Daniels tastes amazing.
Listen, I mean, I think there's some.
Oh, that's not right, man.
I think there's something to be said for this whole.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true.
Jack Daniels tastes amazing. I love Jack Daniels.
Isn't it?
You can't justify
I love
this.
this.
ahead.
I love this
Go
new
ahead, Tom.
persona. I love this new persona that you're just
So why is it
exhibiting
that-
out there
Half the time when I go to Wawa, they're out of Yoo-Hoos.
because it's
Because they don't
addictive.
get because they don't get that.
They
that
get
one-
they
that
get
one
three
they-
of them and you bought them all.
Because the guy, when he's delivering, he drops them off the back. He's like, "Screw this crap!" And throws it off the back of the truck. He's like, "I'm not delivering that. Nobody's drinking
They're
that."
sold
crap."
out. Are you
I-
showing up after school or?
I go out throughout the day and check.
Yeah, I mean, kids are out for the summer. They're probably stopping in all day.
So you're saying it's a kid's drink? Did you ever drink?
Yeah, they're
Yoo-Hoo?
in there stealing.
Yeah, I
They
loved
roll
it
in their back
when I
door.
was like 7. I loved it. I thought it was chocolate milk. It's not.
It's not. It's chocolate.
And that's what bothers you. So you're telling
No,
me
it
that
doesn't
there was.
bother me. I just don't like drinking garbage.
You look confused. Tom, you look hurt. You look like you've been crushed. You look like you've been crushed. You look
Here's-
like you
here's-
just crushed your
I
balls.
just.
Listen, obviously, look at me. I'm not.
I told you
I'm
you
not
look good today.
I'm not a living example of how people should go about their life. But when I look at a food, when I consider something food or a drink, I wonder to myself on the other end, like I'm looking at it after it's like packaged and all pretty and stuff.
Javale, you could just log off right now. Just log off.
You're not
log
wrong,
off.
though. You're not wrong.
So on the other end of that process, okay, so you got the bag of M&Ms, right? Or you got the bottle of Yoo-Hoo, and it's all pretty and frosty in your mug and all. But on the other end of that process, when it gets back on the truck and goes back to the plant, and then it goes to the engineering department, there's a bunch of guys in white lab coats with little beakers and stuff and like spectacles trying to put as much crap as they can in that to make sure that you want another taste.
It probably doesn't freeze.
Which is pretty much what the guy does in the back of the RV in the middle of the desert when he's cooking his meth.
Wow.
He's like, well, let me see what I can put in here to make you come back. Listen, you didn't see me with Doritos. You didn't see me through my Oreo struggles. There were years.
Love me Oreos.
Here's my honest.
I had some
opinion.
dark days,
Problem
man.
with you, Tom. The fact that you can let it sit on a shelf for 106,000 years, and it will still taste the same.
I want to see Tom's bomb shelter. It's like
It's
there's
Yoo-Hoo,
no.
Red Bull and M&M's.
Yep, no beans, no vegetables, no nothing.
Yoo-Hoo
Why
and
you gonna-
Twinkies, just
why you
pack
say
them up
beans?
because they'll
And-
last forever.
And every once, because that's what you're supposed to put in them. This is not a Puerto Rican thing. This is because beans are full
I'm
of
pretty
protein.
sure there's an expiration date on the Yoo-Hoos.
Oh, I'm sure they
Yeah,
had
it's
like.
It's a suggestion, though. I'm
50
sure
years from
it's still
50,
160
sell
years.
by-
It's still good.
I think by law they have to put one on there, but they're just making it up. They're
They're like, listen, you can just put that anywhere you want. You could put it on the surface of the sun and drink it in 65 years. It's still good.
Wow.
It won't even evaporate.
Yo, have you ever seen what happens to McDonald's if somebody like drops it on the ground? The animals won't even eat it. Like they're like, what is this garbage?
That's not true.
It is absolutely true.
That's not true. I
They'll eat the
I
french
experimented with that. When we brought our not Harley but Hammy, our dog, when we had her put her down, I took her to McDonald's and kept buying her cheeseburgers before we went to put her down, and she was tearing them up.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
You just gave her like 20.
I meant
I've done that for my dogs. I'm not going to lie. I gave them I just buy a bag. Here you go. Have at it.
Yep. And then
What's it going to do at that point?
So
Yeah.
Have you
maybe
ever
the
seen
deer.
I meant like squirrels and deer and stuff.
Yeah,
Because I used to
yeah.
work at a college that was out in the middle of the woods, and if somebody just threw food, off the side of the road, it'd sit there until somebody picked it up. They wouldn't eat it.
No, you should go to Boston.
No, I
College.
have seen videos where they'll have a Big Mac and they'll
squirrels
leave
are
it.
about
They'll leave it
85
sit on the
pounds.
counter for months, and it
Sitting
still
with a
looks
Big
the same.
Mac.
Those are squirrels? I thought they
Well,
were rats.
I
Yeah,
hear,
well, some of
I
them
hear
too.
that they wash their meat with ammonia.
Oh,
It's
the
a- yeah.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
That's
Ammonia
how,
nitrate,
That's how they
yeah.
get white meat
The
chicken.
pink slime.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of McDonald's, but my dog deserved it.
Yeah.
But I definitely drinking a Yoo-Hoo
Tom
next
is so
episode
hurt right now.
that I am here. I just
Javelle called it. He's so hurt.
there's a delicious drink.
You drink it for the taste.
It's
I get
probably
it.
my
Yeah.
favorite drink over Red
Oh,
Bull. And you guys compared
So
it
what-
to
so-
meth and whiskey.
You should have seen. Yo, you should have seen me.
Whiskey. Jack Daniels was my favorite drink. What do you? It's the same difference.
You should have seen me circle like 2014 with Oreos, Doritos, Funyuns.
I love Funyuns.
Oh, those
The
are
oatmeal
addictive as
pies.
heck.
Funyuns are
There
so
was
good.
nothing in my house that would expire.
Stop pointing at
But my
that.
question is this: if Yoo-hoo is your favorite drink, why is it not up here now?
Because this wakes me up.
Yeah,
And Yoo-hoo just kills you.
yeah. So the
Yoo-hoo.
Red Bull is an upper, and the Yoo-hoo's a downer. That's what he said. You have to work out your formula.
You gotta balance it
You
out.
gotta balance it out. He's got it down.
He just goes home, puts his little whipped cream in his frosted mug. He's ready.
I'll
He
see you
puts-
guys.
put-
I'll see you guys in 4 weeks.
He puts on his little panda slippers and his robe and his ducky robe, and he sits in his
Snuggie.
chair.
Yeah,
His
snuggie.
snuggie.
Ducky robe.
If he runs out, he goes down to the bomb shelter and stocks up.
He yells at anybody who asks for one. Hey, can I get away from my kitty? Ah!
Don't touch my you. He's got a fly swatter. He's just smacking people. Don't touch my
Are
you.
you a pro straw guy or just straight
Yes,
out of the
He
bottle?
uses
Or?
a straw. He
No,
uses a
no,
straw.
no. When it's in the bottle, I just drink it out of the bottle.
Okay.
But usually, I like using a straw for any other
Now
drink. Yeah.
I do have this question: if you went to the store,
A plastic straw. I'm not down with the white with the
oh,
paper
I
straw.
was like a metal straw. Like, is that? No, I know what you mean. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust anything that might not be there when I get back.
Yeah. I saw this meme the other day. They're like, doesn't the paper straw company know that it just sits in liquid for a while?
Well, and they wrap it in plastic to give it to you. So why? I mean, it's a paper straw in a plastic wrapper. So what's the difference?
Yeah,
It's just as much plastic.
Just give me the
I
plastic
went to
straw.
I won't say the name where I went to eat the other day, but I went somewhere to eat, and the guy said he didn't give us any straws, and I asked for a straw, and I'm like, you guys have plastic one. He
Just
goes,
gave you a piece of
yeah,
bamboo.
if you want to kill turtles, I'll give you one. I'm like,
Oh.
that's what the waiter said to me. I'm
Like, that's actually my favorite pastime. So
Yeah.
give me the damn straw.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, if you have any of those things that sit on top of the 6-packs of cans, those things that kill dolphins, bring those over too.
Yeah, I just saw some seagulls outside. I'm gonna go wrap it around their neck.
Jeez. Wow.
What was the server's name? Shiloh?
Well, you should just bring your own bamboo reed for drinks.
I like
Just
that.
a bamboo
go.
straw.
Or just pull a Yoo-hoo out and just...
I
My
just can't
question
do
is-
the paper straws. They just
No, they're terrible.
They are. I just I feel bad for the turtles. I do, but
My question is: Friday afternoon, after a long week at work, your boss is being rough to you. He's being a mean guy because your boss is kind of mean.
my boss is kind of mean.
You're on your way home, and really you just want that cold hit of Yoo-hoo.
Now it's a hit of Yoo-hoo.
No, I meant a drink. Sorry, cold drink of Yoo-hoo.
Man, wow. That's a
But you
hit.
go into the store, and they don't have the glass bottles, but
But what do they have?
they have the cardboard little kid things.
Yeah, I that's
Oh,
fine.
you're down with that?
I'm down with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emily bought it for Adrian once. I drank them all. She goes, "Where are they at?" I'm like, "Sweetie, I'll buy you another pack." Because you can't just drink one of those because they're tiny.
No.
You know.
Yeah,
Now,
I'll
did
take
you
your word
drink?
for it.
Did you drink that out of there, or did you drink that out of the box, or did you cut it open or something?
No, I
he
stuck
he stuck the straw in and poured it in his frosted mug.
No, I drink it with the straw in and finish it and then grab another one. It's usually two
Do you
at
do
a
the
time.
wing thing, where you open up the wings like kids so they don't squeeze it by accident?
No, I'm an adult.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Yoo-hoo.
So adults don't drink Yoo-hoo? Is that what you guys are getting at?
Adults drink Yoo-hoo. You just gotta keep your eye on them.
Yeah, just got to be careful with those people.
Don't leave them alone with your kids.
That's okay. I mean, you're going to kids camp. It's the same thing.
I guarantee they don't have Yoo-hoo there, though.
I hope nobody from the church, the district family's watching this.
Hey, Amber, how are you? Hey, Tom, in other news, in good news, Ecto Cooler's coming back out for the summer, just so you know.
It better be
Ecto
the same
what?
formula.
Ecto
It
Cooler.
better be the same formula.
I see. It's Ecto. It's like the
Better-
juice box. It's from
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Ah,
It's like
Better
this
be the
green
same.
sugar water.
fantastic.
No, I like the Yoo-hoo. Yeah.
We've established.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
come to terms with that.
So, anything else you have for me there? I didn't know this was.
I'm
the
done.
roast.
Listen. That was 3-4 weeks worth of roasting. I had to get it
Yeah,
out.
I see.
Oh, listen, you're getting something to go to kids camp. There's a donation
Javel's
coming.
getting you some. Look at
There's a
that.
good donation.
Thank you, Javel. I'm going to hold you to that. So I leave Friday at 6 a.m. So if you can bring it to the church tomorrow, it's my last day here. I'll be here till 3 o'clock.
Why don't you get them the cardboard ones because I want to watch them drink those.
Yeah.
I mean, Ecto Cooler never came in a bottle.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Yeah, a couple years ago when it came out, they put it in the plastic, the half-gallon bottle. Yeah, heck yeah. Drank the heck out of this. I just took a little plastic straw and stuck it in there. And just drank the half-gallon bottle with a little straw in it. Like,
not a paper straw.
Wow, good times. Wow. I don't know how to transition from that. Are we going to do a game real quick?
yeah.
Yeah.
Get a
We
couple
gotta
in
do
there.
something.
Yeah, we got time.
All right.
We can get a game.
Can you get a couple in?
You can
Giddy,
get
giddy,
it.
giddy.
Busta Rhymes over here. Every time I come over
Never have I ever crashed a wedding.
No,
I
never.
want to. I'm putting that on my bucket list, but no.
Should
Let
do
me know.
that.
I'm with you. We'll be wedding crashers.
Let's do it.
Not that it would be my first
know
time.
what- you know
I have a
what-
pretty good plan.
You know what Elijah asked me the other day? He said, "Do people crash funerals?"
I mean, is the food good?
Honest,
Oh, yeah.
honest answer.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. No! Nowhere.
Tell us real quick.
Please.
So, in all honesty, I was going to a funeral for a friend, and I went to the wrong funeral home. And I didn't. It was a closed casket. Both of them were closed casket. It just happened to be. I sat there.
Did they
the
have
whole
any
time.
pictures?
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't that good a friend. But yeah, so and then finally at the end, somebody came up and was asking like, "Oh, how did you know so and so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we go way back." No idea who that person was. I realized at that point that I was at the wrong funeral home, and
And just stayed.
just what are you going to do at that point? Now people are talking to me. Like I had to fudge my way through it. Like I just,
Man, he was a great hockey player.
Yeah.
He had no legs. Oh.
he was blind from birth. Oh, yeah, listen,
It was
they
incredible.
put a whistle on the puck so you could hear it coming. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Tom, I noticed you didn't answer. Did you ever crash a wedding?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Because I've seen weddings that I wanted to go into, but I've never actually crossed over to crash it.
My dad told me once that there was a certain chain of hotel that he would stay at, and they were known for putting on a dinner. And if he was driving through a town and he wanted to eat, he might just stop at the hotel, get dinner, and keep going.
I know somebody who does that now. They post on Facebook every time they go take their trip
They get
down
the breakfast.
south.
It's a normal thing for them?
They stop
get-
for the
they stop
continental
for
breakfast.
continental breakfast at a hotel they didn't even sleep in.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Wow.
What else you got? You crashed the funeral.
Weddings too. Don't worry, I've done weddings too.
You
so-
have?
Yep.
Purposely on those.
Oh yeah. I was in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Weddings.
Me and my buddies were up there partying in Canada, and we all like real low on money, and the hotel we were staying in had a wedding going on, so we all just dressed and just went in for the free eats.
Maybe that's where Pastor Pete's going to crash a wedding because he's going to Canada.
He could be. It's
Interesting.
I may have told him that story last week, so maybe took a
he's
page
like,
out
hey,
of my
honey,
playbook.
let's go to Canada.
Yeah, I've done that. All right,
He's all proud.
listen, I had a lot of fun when I was a kid.
he was like
He's
30.
30. Yeah.
It's last week. Never have I ever regifted a gift.
Oh, I definitely have. Couple times.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you gave my gift back to me a couple years ago. You're just like, oh, here you go.
Probably.
Here, you like this so much, I give it back to you. I don't think I have. Lisa, if you're watching, let me know if I'm lying, but I don't think I have.
I haven't.
Oh, I've absolutely have. There was no
Yeah,
doubt.
I mean, so what happens is you get a
How do you
gift and you
not?
never open it, and then you go to some event and you're like, oh, let's just give him this.
Wait, you said you never open it, but you unwrap it. Like, you know what
You
it is,
unwrap
right?
it, you know
Okay.
what it is, but like it's
No, I leave it
still
the
like
same, wrapped in
unopened.
paper.
Don't want to,
Right.
like, give somebody, like, laundry.
I never
or
like
something.
played with something and then put it back in the box and gave it, but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
No, with you. Like something sat in my
Yeah.
closet for years, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
I'm going to this thing. Oh, this person
This
would
is
like
perfect.
that.
Yeah,
I'll never
yep,
use it.
Done that. Yep.
Absolutely. Never have I ever cursed in a place of worship.
Oh, absolutely, I have. Did last night.
Is it the sanctuary or the building?
The building.
The whole anywhere in the building, sanctuary, gym.
Oh, I
pastor's
don't
office.
even know why I asked for that clarification. I think I've cursed in every room in this church.
I may have.
I haven't.
You know what?
Don't think I
Sunday.
have.
I believe Sunday was the first.
Oh, wow.
I think
You were that man.
Sanctuary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still think what you said to me was
Little
really
E wants to
hurtful.
say something.
That's a lie.
Oh. His son just called, said he was a lie. It was a lie. There's that 10 commandment.
You cursed in the parking lot, in the gym.
I said I have.
Yeah, we're talking.
Yeah, he said he has.
We're talking about in the
I said
sanctuary.
Oh yeah, that's still alive.
Yeah.
The one time we were in.
He said you do. What's that,
Oh,
Elijah?
wow.
Every time he walks
I
in.
guess it's a common thing for you, E.
Elijah said every time that he walks in and he gets to the mint thing and it doesn't have the kind of mints that he wants, he just drops an F-bomb.
I'm sorry. I'll torture him. I'll make him drink Yoo-Hoo all night.
It's not torture. Do you like Yoo-Hoo? There you go.
I won't be buying it then.
You can buy and just.
Let's give us one more.
One more.
Try to rap.
Never have I ever left gum in a public space.
What do you mean by
Define
that?
left.
So like you do the old, bloop, stick it up under the table or under a chair or
Never done
under
a
a
table
pew.
with-
Of
never-
course you would. Lizette.
I might have tossed it, but I never stuck it somewhere.
Yeah. I'll throw it in the grass. I'll probably end up on
Man,
somebody's
he got
shoe.
all kind of defenses.
Yeah, everybody coming to his. Y'all take them.
There
You
might
got, you
be
got a
some,
lot of haters out there.
listen,
You know, if
nob-
you don't have
nobody
haters,
sit,
you ain't living right.
nobody sit in the second row, right-hand pews and reach underneath. There may be a piece of juicy fruit under there.
In this church?
Might be.
I'm just
No, stop. In this church,
I didn't say it was me. I just said there might be a piece there.
He was.
you know I'm probably going to go check.
He's about to go Yoo-Hoo on you.
He's going to run up there and check now, but come
Yeah.
down before the episode's over to let us know.
Tom, go check if it's there.
I'm seriously like, are you serious?
If it's there, I'll give you $100 to come down chewing it.
Tell him.
No, I won't do
Tell
that.
him to go check.
Yeah, go check. Go check where Sean sits and let us know.
I'm not paying you $100.
But seriously, go check because now I'm curious. You
All
know
right.
where he sits.
You need
I don't
picture.
even chew gum.
We have
I
an
don't care. Go
we have
check.
an-
anymore.
We have an investigative reporter.
Yeah, thank
that's
you.
going out to the scene right now.
It's a shame we can't get him on a
Get him
phone.
live.
I know. I'm sure Javar is. Did Javar leave again? No, he's back there.
If the show's okay, behind the scenes, if the show's really bad, Javar just leaves.
Yeah, Javar just randomly leaves sometimes, and we never know.
I'm done with these guys. I've had enough of them.
He's like they're 40 minutes in. They're talking about you. What the heck is going on here?
He's like, I can't stand that crap. I'm out of here.
All right, Tom. I double dog dare you to transition into seriousness.
Well, you know, it's interesting though because we're talking about Yoo-Hoo and how people perceive Yoo-Hoo, right?
This is not going well.
And a lot of times, I was actually watching some videos today about people in the street and how they perceive Jesus Christ, our Savior, right?
Which is like
and,
Yoo-Hoo.
And in Matthew's chapter 16, this is Peter's declaration about Jesus. In my opinion, this is when Peter got his calling. And there's not a verse for the day, so I'm actually going to read a little paragraph. When Jesus came to the region of Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" "Well," they replied, "some say John the Baptist, some say Elijah, and others say Jeremiah, or one of the other prophets." Then he asked him, "But who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, and this is important because we believe by faith, and we're going to get into that a little bit. Jesus replied, "You are blessed, Simon, son of John, because my Father in heaven has revealed this to you. You did not learn this from any human being. Now I say to you that you are Peter." This is when Jesus changed his name from Simon to Peter, which means rock. "And upon this rock I will build my church, and all the power of hell will not conquer it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you forbid on earth will be forbidden in heaven, and whatever you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven." Then he sternly warned the disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. So today we're going to be talking about misunderstood Jesus. And what do we mean by that? We mean by who did people think that Jesus is? And I got to be honest, when I was doing my research today, I actually got teary about it because a lot of people out there, their answers were pretty much exact answers that they were giving back in the days when Jesus actually came and was born into this earth, right? A lot of people think that he's just a historical, but a lot of people believe in Jesus as a person. You know, they believe he was a historical figure. The one guy went ahead and said that if Copperfield lived in the days of Jesus, he would have been Jesus.
Wow.
Right? So they believe that Jesus is some kind of magician. Another lady said, "I believe in Jesus, but I don't believe he's the Son of God.
He's just a great man. I've heard
He's
that
just a
before.
great man." And then another lady says, "He is the Son of God, but so is the Muhammad. So is Gandhi. We're all the children of God." So it wasn't like she was saying he's the son of God. He was saying we are all God's children, right? And it's interesting because everywhere in the Bible, we believe by faith, right? And a lot of people out there, even though they believe in Jesus, and I did a sermon on this, does believing get you into heaven, right? Because even the devil believes in Jesus. But the perception of people in Jesus out there is bonkers right now. And a lot of times that has to do with the church. It has to do with us and the influence that we have on people and how we act. They look at us and they make their own rendition of Jesus.
Yeah. I love your verse there because I actually I saw you peeking at that in the pre-show. I love that whole section because in verse 24, if you skip down, it says, Jesus told the disciples, if anybody would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it. Whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? We're seeing in the world so much. What did Jesus do? He didn't write an autobiography. Right? He came to the world, shared himself with the disciples, and then sent them out into the world to represent who he is. We have such a big problem in this world about people who claim to be disciples of Jesus Christ, who are perverting and bastardizing the name, the love of Jesus Christ for political gain, for monetary wealth, even ministers, people who call themselves ministers, doing it for money just every Sunday. I mean, people who won't open up their church when there's a natural disaster because they don't want to get the carpet hurt. They don't want homeless people coming in. They don't want to ruin the pretty church by helping the people that Christ laid down his life for. And so I think the biggest thing that I would want to say on this topic is we need to make sure that we are representing Christ out there. We need to make sure that we are showing the love of Christ in the way that Christ did, which is helping people who are less fortunate. We need to help the immigrant. We need to help the homeless. We need to help people like Jesus would have, not caring about racial divides, not caring about cultural divides, reaching across to, the church does a great job reaching, right? What about the transgendered people? Oh, I don't know about that. Jesus would have been there. What about to gay people? Jesus would have been there.
Yep.
What about but instead what we see a lot when we hear, I'm really skeptical when I hear about Jesus or God's name being brought up in the world these days, because I see worship services. This drives me crazy. I see worship services as an opening act to a political rally. They're using the almighty name of God as an opening act to a political rally for somebody who has never bowed a knee. It's the opening act. We're going to bring God down here as a sideshow for some political person to try to score some points and get some more votes. I'm sorry. That drives me crazy.
Okay, I gotta interrupt. And I'm so sorry to interrupt because we are talking about
Breaking news.
Jesus, who is, everybody who knows me is my favorite.
I have an idea. Let's close the show with that.
Okay, we'll close the show with that.
We'll give you a teaser. We have an answer to whether or not there
Tony's
was.
looking like there's no way.
We have an answer to whether or not there was gum under the pew. We're going to close the show with it at the end. Stay tuned.
I'm sorry.
No, it's just the worship service. God said you'll know me by my love. And really out there, when I hear the word God or Jesus or whatever, usually it's followed by anger and vitriol and spewing venom out of people's mouths. When people quote the Bible, more often than not, it's in an argument that they're trying to win for some selfish gain. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, you shouldn't do this because God said, da, 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 da. How about God said, take the friggin' plank out of your eye?
Yeah, I was going to, yep, that's a good one. A good way to get to know God in an intimate way is through prayer, right? A lot of times we go into prayer because we need something. Mm-hmm. We want something. We're looking for something. Someone is sick, so we want to pray for them. Prayer is fellowship with God, is what it is. And through fellowship with God, the more time you spend in prayer with God, the better you get to know him. A lot of time prayer is being silent to see what God is going to say to you. You know, and a lot of times we we're on Facebook or on TikTok or on Twitter for a lot longer than we're actually in prayer with God. And that's an intimate way to get to know God is through prayer. And I think that that whole thing about opening a political event or a rally with Jesus is so that's just such a big misunderstanding doing it that way. I mean, that's just crazy.
And by the way, I'm not against anybody, like any particular party that would. I'm just saying, like, keep my name out your mouth.
It's about you and God. It's not about using God for gain. You know, we're not supposed to be doing prayer for gain, for personal gain. That's not the reason for prayer.
Listen, I think, honestly, there's a lot of hot button words and a lot of hot button topics in the world. I think a lot of folks will go to the Bible and use something that Jesus said and take it way out of context just to prove that Jesus was for this or Jesus was against this. Yeah. And so this is I had a conversation with somebody who tried to tell me that Jesus was pro-slavery, that Jesus pushed slavery onto people.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I have a verse that I brought, and you'll see why. So it's Matthew 20, it's 25 through 28. And it says, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant." Now listen, he comes back to say servant again in a different way, and this is where it gets people. "And whoever would be the first among you must be your slave. Yeah. Even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." So somebody will just use that he said slave, which doesn't mean slavery like we had here in the United States years ago. It means to serve, to give up yourself for others, to sacrificially give. And I think I had a conversation with somebody that tried to tell me, and I said, listen, I'm gonna just anywhere you saw slave in the Bible, I can disprove it with one line. Treat others as you want to be treated. I don't know anybody in the world who would want to be treated like a slave in the 1800s, 1700s. Do any of you guys want to ever be treated like ever?
No.
But would you want to give to your wife, for friends, family, those you don't know? Yep. It's it's the way it's servant, and then they use slave as another thing for servant. But it's so easy to take a hot button word and use it in a political fashion, in a just to anger people. And I think that's one of the big things that where Jesus gets misunderstood in the world is the fact that people will twist the words to fulfill their own agenda.
Yeah, it's like somebody treating his wife like crap because he says, "Well, in the Bible it says, you're supposed to serve me." And it's like that wasn't the point. It was wives serve your husbands, husbands serve your wives. Like you lay down your life for each other, and it ends up building both of you up. But they'll say, that the husband is the master. Oh.
Well, if you go further into this particular text, it's 20 to 28, and James and John's mom is asking Jesus that James and John would sit to his left and to his right when they get to heaven. And he says, "You don't know what you ask."
Yeah.
"Those with me will sit to my right, and those to my left God has chosen." So what we expect from Jesus and what we'll take from him is totally different than what he expects from us. And I think that's one of the big things she's asking. And I don't think it's wrong that she asks, like, can my sons be with you in heaven? Because can they sit at your side? But you're asking the wrong questions, and you're taking the wrong things out of it. Yes, following Christ, going to heaven, sitting with Christ in heaven is amazing. But we don't demand where we get to sit when we get there. We don't tell Jesus, "This is where you're going to let me sit." And then and he just says, "Listen, give yourself like I give.
Yep.
Love others like you love yourself." And that's where I think a huge part of, because people twist it both ways, left, right, indifferent. They will twist it for their own agenda.
Yep.
And it makes it terrible because people will actually believe that Jesus believes that slavery is okay. I said, you understand that Jesus was Jewish, right? And for 400 years his people were enslaved in Egypt. What makes you think that he would want to put his people back into that lifestyle after he brought them out of that lifestyle?
And Jesus, being the same person as God, delivered those people out of slavery. But that's what my brother, I was talking to him last night about this. My little brother's a pastor. And he said there are so many people out there who know 5 Bible verses, and those are the only 5 they ever want to know because it enforces
Their way of living.
what they already think and their way of living, and they'll just throw them out to you. But they have no interest in actually learning any more because it might challenge their preset thoughts about what God is and what God allows them to do. And all that to say is so harmful for actually spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's why people are so confused as to who he is. In order to share Jesus with somebody, you have to tear down so much crap that they thought about, and listen, people are hurting, they're lost, and Jesus, I believe, is the answer for that. Okay. And he still is the answer, and magnificently he will work through whatever it is. I'm just saying there are so many people out there who are making it tough because they're spreading their own agenda through the name of Jesus. Do me a favor, spread your own agenda. Leave Jesus out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, love is such a key part of the whole Jesus equation. A lot of times as Christians, we're not bold. We're, as far as representing Jesus, we're almost afraid to tell people about Jesus.
Don't want to offend anybody.
And to me personally, it gets me. I get sentimental about this because Jesus was the perfect lamb, right? That was needed because we were lost in sin. There was no coming out of that. And here, God, the Creator, came in human form and got sacrificed. And he hung there as an innocent person in front of hundreds of people. A little embarrassing. The one of the reason people got sacrificed is for the embarrassment of it. And then we are here being selfish and being, I don't want to tell them about Jesus. I'm a little embarrassed of what they'll think about me. And he hung for every time I think about Jesus' sacrifice, I don't think about Jesus came into this world to die for everybody's sin. My first thought is Jesus came into this world, and on that cross, he died for me.
Yeah.
He was thinking about this is for Tom, right? And if we all can take that personally and think about it that way, it puts a certain kind of, I don't even know what the word is.
There, but for the grace of God, go I.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah.
Shane writes in, the Bible verses were never meant to be used as standalone statements. You need to look at the context, which is true. I mean,
Yep.
that's what Pastor Pete was talking about on Sunday.
Yep.
I can do all things through Christ. And he's like, yeah, but people, that's like the most misunderstood verse in the Bible.
And it's interesting. I'm glad you brought up that whole slave thing because the translation of that word got lost through time. And what happens is, Shane, you're so right. I'm in seminary right now, and I'm taking a lot of history classes as far as like Old Testament and New Testament. And it's important to understand the context around those verses to really understand what it was that he meant by that. A lot of the things that were done back in the day are a little bit different than now. So if you take them in today's term, you're just going to mess up the whole interpretation of that. Slave is a great example of that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, like I said, it was just one of those things that how could you be that far misunderstood of what Jesus stood for? That's the one word that you decided to pull out, and that was the only thing you chose to fixate on. Not everything that he did, not everything that he stood for, not everything that he said, but that one word. And I get it. It's a terrible word. It's a terrible topic to talk about. It's something that never should have happened. Yeah. But you can't just take that to say that Jesus is not the answer. He's not the way because look at the context of the where it's at. That's not even what he meant. It means to serve, to give wholehearted, to give everything of yourself for your fellow man.
There's nothing new under the sun either. I mean, you're looking at 12th, 13th, 14th century, the Crusades. I mean, they used the name of Jesus to commit genocide, to try to go after, to wipe out all the Muslims because they either kill them or indoctrinate them. Jesus didn't use violence. He used love. I mean, that's the perfect weapon.
I think a lot of times, we go around saying God is good, Jesus is a great person, I love Jesus, and all that. But we really forget about the Great Commission, right? And as I'm watching this guy go on the street asking people who Jesus is, they come up with like, oh, he's a great historian. He did a lot of great things and stuff. But what we tend to keep out when we talk about Jesus is the fact that the reason why he came, what he did, and then he rose again from that, right? Not one person that they asked on the streets, even the Christians that said, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, Jesus Christ is my Savior, they kept out the whole equation of the Great Commission. Didn't even mention it at all. And when I say be bold Christians, right, I don't mean that by saying go call out people's sin.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean by
Absolutely.
that at all. It's not say, oh, look, this guy's doing that, this guy's doing that, the Bible says this, the Bible. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is make sure that we're spreading the gospel. That's what we were commissioned to do.
Make sure that we are. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to go out and yell at people who are doing it
Right.
wrong. We're just
Right.
saying do it right.
Right.
And hopefully somebody will catch on.
That's it. And if you're embarrassed, think about the example I said, man. He's just hanging there for you. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's a lot of lost souls out there. You know, Pastor Kerry Willis says it best. There are no invisible people out there. And his mother even says it better. She says when she looks at people, she doesn't see people. She just sees souls. And that's what we got to start really applying is when we're talking to people, forget them as a person. Just think of the soul that's in there. And that might help you be a better example of what really Jesus is and what he has done for us.
Yeah, nowhere does it say go judge somebody else's sins.
Yeah.
Nowhere does Jesus tell us to do that. He says, I judge. You just spread the word.
Yeah, one of my mentors tells me, he goes, Jesus is going to wait till the end of times to judge somebody. Who are we to do it now?
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the other thing that gets me
It's
in that
okay on
is-
Monday though, right?
Yeah.
Not
Monday's
on
is the
Sundays.
day to do it,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mondays.
Yeah, right after you've been to church and
Yeah.
you're feeling good, just start
You're
judging
full of
people.
ammunition.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
all self-righteous from Sunday.
Right.
I find it hard to how do I judge my sin against somebody else's sin?
Yeah. And I'm guilty of that. I am guilty of that.
Listen, we all
I talk
are.
about a lot of topics when there's sin in my life as well. So I am guilty of that. I'm not here as the perfect Christian. I sin. Sin for me is knowing to do right and not doing it. You know, and I remember when I first came to this church, I used to tell Pastor Pete, I sin every day. And he came up to me, he concerned. He's like, what do you mean by you sin every day?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, right? And I told him, I'm like, well, knowing to do right and not doing it is sinning, right? So in my eyes, if I'm walking in the street and I see some trash and I just walk right by it, I feel I'm sinning because knowing to do right is just toss it in the trash can. Now, he also went to explain a lot of other things. We're not here to clean the roads and stuff, right? That's what I'm saying. But if you take sin serious in that aspect of knowing to do right and not doing it, you're not going to live a perfect life, but you'll cut out a lot of sin. I'll tell you that.
I think you were more referring to like the old lady that you were mugging at the bus stop,
She was a nice lady.
and then you didn't pick up the trash. I think it was anyway.
Well, it was the stuff that fell out of her pocket when he was stealing her pocket change.
He was just honestly
I was
though.
trying to get a pack of M&Ms.
He was just looking for M&Ms.
Like, listen, I know you got a Red Bull in your pocket. Give me.
Yeah. You know, but if you, I mean, yeah. Basically, in my what I want to say, and I'm done, is if you get anything out of this episode, is just make sure that you're representing Jesus the way he should be represented, and not the way you feel he should be represented, or don't do it for reasons of personal gain. Because it's not about us. When we worship God, it's about him. It's not about us.
And there is, I mean, you think to the we mentioned it a few weeks ago. It's better for a millstone to be tied around their neck and thrown into the pit than to lead any of these astray. And when you misrepresent Jesus, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's one of the things he hates the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And if you do have questions, I mean, there are multiple resources out there. You can get commentary Bibles. They explain a lot of the stuff. Just be careful who you go to for answers. Get the context. That's the important thing, is know the context of where it's coming from. Don't just pick and choose what you want to use as your argument piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we took everything you wanted to say, because every time I said something, you were like,
I know. But before,
like smacking the table every time I say something.
Before you close us out, I do need to say something that's kind of important. one of our fellow prodigal brothers put gum underneath his seat at church.
First of all, I don't chew gum. So if there's actually gum under that seat, I was not me.
It's your kids.
My kids don't chew gum. None of us chew gum.
I don't like gum.
I don't either. It's gross. It's like drinking Yoo-Hoo. I do not chew gum.
Is there gum under the seat though?
Is there actually? That's disgusting. Now
was
I'm
it
going to
the
go out.
sec-
Now I'm going to bring a scraper in on Sunday morning. I'm scraping under my seat.
Was it the second pew on the right? First pew on
See, I
the
don't
right.
sit in the first pew. I sit in the second pew.
Right, but you reach under the first.
Yeah, it's
Do I
right.
look
It's
like
the
I
one in
have
front of you.
gorilla arms
It's the
that
one
I
in
can-
front of you.
Yeah, I think
You know how
you
far a reach that is? How long do you think my arm is?
Every time I see you, you're praying, and now I get it.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
Yeah, but then they would be on the headrest. Then they would all be along the
You're like
headrest.
this, and then you're just.
He does the prayer thing, reaches
Yeah.
down to tie
Yep,
his shoe.
Yep. Yep.
Little gum
No,
under
really,
there.
when I'm praying, I'm reaching over to do a little, give a little popcorn to the people behind me.
And that's why I don't sit up front anymore.
That's why nobody sits like 3 rows behind me.
Dave literally sits in the last pew.
Is right when Conroy started coming too.
You start facing a fan that way, straight to the back.
First week Pastor Pete was here. He's like, "Hey, why don't you go sit with the new guy?" I was like, "All right." Or the first week that Conroy was here, Pastor Pete said, "Why don't you go sit with the new guy?" I went up there. Woo. Came right back. He blew me away.
Yeah.
Literally.
No pun intended. All right, E.
I can talk now.
Yeah.
Yay!
No, you're not allowed. Get out of here.
I'll just keep it simple. Like, representing Jesus. We're not perfect. You know, we're not perfect. We do what we can. We reach who we can. And we do it as best as we can because, again,
He's giving all the platitudes, but he's doing an awesome job of it
because,
these
no,
days.
because again, we're not.
You're walking through the world with a smile on your face.
We are not judge. We are not jury. We are not executioner. So when that day comes, when you're at the pearly gates, that is where you will receive your judgment. Not here on earth because that's not our job.
Amen.
All right, let us pray. Father God, thank you again for giving us an opportunity to come do the things that you've called us to do, allowing us to have fun and speak on your behalf, and hopefully we represent you well, Lord. That's all we want to do. So thank you for giving us an opportunity to do that. Father, for all the small things that we take for granted, for all the small times that you step in and just put your hand out and save us from situations that we would take for granted. We wouldn't even notice otherwise, Lord. Thank you for that, Father. Lord, grant us understanding in the moment, in the whole situation. We know we can't see the big picture like you do, but help us see just a small version of it so we can understand better what's going on in our lives. Because misunderstanding and misinformation really can make a mess of a whole situation that doesn't need to be, Father. So help us to understand all things in the moment, to keep keep ourselves calm and collected. For Elisa and Marissa, all the situations they're going through, Father, be with them. You know the answers. You know how to fix their situation. So be with them, Father. For our teens that are away at camp this week, for all those that have ventured out to Camp Orchard Hill, it's an amazing time. I know you're with them, Father. I know you're dancing and singing and praising and just having as much fun as they are, Lord, and just keep speaking into their hearts. I know lives are changed at camp, Father. Yep. I've seen it. I've been there. My own son, myself, Father, you do some amazing things in those moments when we come together as a group to be there for you, Father. So work in those hearts, work in those minds, grow friendships, grow, mentorships, whatever you want to work in those situations, Father, be in all of that. For Javar's housing situation, Lord, you know the right time, you know the right place. Help him be led where you need him to be, Lord.
Yes, Lord. For
Stephen and all that he's going through, Lord, you are the great healer, you are the great physician. Be with him, place your healing hands upon him, Father. For Amber and her upcoming surgery, again, Lord, you know the doctors, you know their hearts, you know where to guide their hands and their thoughts and how to make that as successful for her moving forward in her life, Father. Yeah. So be with the doctors, be with Amber, be with Joe, be with the kids through that whole process. Father, just remind us that actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
We can say all the right things and do everything wrong, which is a terrible, terrible representation of what you've called us to do.
Yeah.
if I say I'm going to do something, Lord, hold me accountable to that. Even if it's not necessarily the right thing, at least keep me accountable to make it right through whatever you choose to do with that situation, Lord. But guide us. Open our hearts. Don't let us be the stumbling block of misunderstanding that puts a wall between you and my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
In this day and age, with tons of misinformation, tons of political propaganda, with so many choices and so many lifestyles and every other option you can make, Father, help us to be a beacon. Help us to, every time somebody looks in our direction, they see you, not us, but you, Lord. You have called us to something greater, a life in Jesus Christ. There is no greater purpose than that. So let us live that every single day. Not halfway, not 3/4 of the way, not 99.9%, but 100% living as an example of Christ in the world. Lord, just let me never be a stumbling block in somebody else's journey. Let us never be a stumbling block in somebody else's journey. Help us to reach those that you want to have their eyes and their ears open, Lord, because I know you're calling into the world through all of the chaos, through all of the violence, all the anger, all the depression, all of it. You want to reach the hearts of your children. So just help us be examples to that, Lord, and let nobody be left behind. I ask this in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Cool. Well, Tom, we're going to miss you.
Are you?
No, probably
Okay.
not.
No, absolutely.
I'm going to miss you guys.
Are you?
Sure.
I'll think of you guys.
Oh, will you?
We'll send you who own M&M care packages.
I'm sure at some point in the next 3 weeks, your name will... Well, I'll be with you for the last week of it.
Sorry.
I'm going to be like this the whole
about that.
time.
He's just going to walk around with a video
He's going
camera.
to document every second.
Everything.
Dave's like,
I'm
what are you doing?
There's people are going to come up to me and they're like, is he famous? I'm like, he's going to be famous.
He's going to be.
He's
better
gonna
get
do
his autograph
something.
now while
He's
you
gonna
can.
do something.
That'll be fun.
Send me the videos.
Yeah.
I will. I'll send you the videos
Yeah.
as I take them.
Elijah will do a little
absolutely.
montage at the end.
Yep.
All right,
yep.
cool. Well, it's episode 105, everybody. Thank you. Love you. See you next week.
Love
God
you.
bless.
God bless you all.
Enjoy the music.
Woody, woody, die.